Thousands of phone calls are made to local 911 every day, and our first responders have to be ready in a matter of minutes to respond to an emergency, often to save a life like yours.
So what does it take to answer the most urgent call? 4 in Your Corner's Lisa Greenberg giving you a glimpse into the life of a first responder and how they get through the most difficult calls.
Less than 6 minutes. That's how quickly first responders get to an emergency situation to keep you safe. But what goes into that 911 call? We're giving you an inside look.
911, where's your emergency?
I think my car is catching on fire.
Timeout, 18:35 hours.
Okay. Smoking, and it's getting hotter and hotter, and I can smell it. All right, I'm sending help. Stay on the line with me.
Copy that. We're coming in right behind you.
It's on fire now.
It is on fire.
When danger arises.
We are a special breed of people.
He's like freaking out. Like, I don't know if he swallowed something sharp. He's like holding his chest. All right, the paramedics are on the way. Stay on the line. I'll tell you exactly what to do next.
Are you okay like that?
Or your life is on the line.
Mom's fallen. She's 87. She's on the tile.
Sometimes I hear the tones when I'm at home.
They're there in a matter of seconds.
Whether you be hanging off the side of a building or drowned underwater in the Gulf of Mexico, we're coming to get you.
It's instinct when your car catches on fire.
I just don't want it to blow up on my family.
Your first instinct, probably when it burst into flames, was to what?
Yeah, get out, get everyone out.
But for Lieutenant Nick Stoltz and the rest of the crew at North Collier Fire and Rescue Station 45, it's to gear up and go in.
It really doesn't come into your mind when that's happening. That's just part of what we do.
Moving as quickly as possible to hook up the hoses, put out the flames, and get to the source. 4 in Your Corner spent 2 days with our first responders, getting an inside look at what you don't see when you call for an emergency.
We have full, do we actually go through these or?
At North Collier Fire and Rescue,
Something different every single day.
when a call comes in,
I need fire dispatch for an elevator entrapment. They're between the 8th and the 9th floor.
they get in their protective gear, load up, and get out the door.
We get called out for victim removal. We shut down the elevator system to prevent any further entrapments.
Paramedics at Station 45 know they're catching people in their worst moments.
Anytime that anybody calls 911, it's not because they wanted to call 911.
But as first responders, the toughest for them,
Anything that involves the children and that impact on the families, some of the worst stuff you'll ever see.
My youngest son was complaining of having some chest pains.
He's 7. It's like breathing is freaking out. Are you okay?
thankfully in this case, after attention from paramedics, this boy will be just fine. But Darren Favara at Charlotte County EMS says her worst call, a little girl who stopped breathing.
At one point, this little girl told me that she was going to die. I shook throughout that whole call.
She was given drugs and transported to the hospital, and thanks to the quick actions of Charlotte County EMS, Darren says that little girl's life was saved. I spent the day shift with Station 1 in Port Charlotte. The typical calls?
A lot of geriatric calls.
911, what is the address of the emergency?
My husband, she's having trouble breathing. He's been trying to hold out because our doctor's out of town, but he'd like to go to Fawcett to the emergency room.
We give him general supportive care, possibly some medications, transport him to the hospital. A lot of trauma, a lot of car accidents.
There's an accident here on the corner.
Frequent gunshot wounds, a lot of psychiatric issues, a lot of heart attacks.
And inevitably, some lives they just can't save.
They're gonna pass away regardless sometimes of what you do.
And when they take off their uniforms at the end of a 24-hour shift, it's still tough to shed the difficult calls of the day.
Some of the stuff you see, there's no doubt it affects you.
You just kind of have to let it go.
You form kind of a shield.
But crews like the ones I rode along with at Station 45 and Station 1 spend a third of their lives together.
It's the authentic stuff.
And say the only way to get through it,
We depend on each other. We really do. On shift and off shift.
You just watch out for each other and you just end up becoming a knit.
and they really are like a family. They cook dinner together, they do training exercises together, and they debrief after a difficult situation. For more behind the scenes, head to our website, fox4now.com. Lisa Greenberg, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you, Lisa. We're so thankful for our first responders, that's for sure.